All right, so we're going to be reading the book Riding Acorn. So do you have any questions that you could ask about the cover of this book? It's written by Trina Lawrence. Do you have any questions about this book?
Connor.
The horse is named Acorn.
Okay, can you repeat his question, Taylor?
He
Misty?
is making a prediction.
Good. That's what I want. What is his prediction?
His name is Acorn.
Yes. So it is. The horse's name is Acorn. And you know, boys and girls, all stories have a problem. Can any of you think of what the problem might be in this story?
Will, what do you think the problem is? Nice and loud, my friend.
I think that Acorn will not let anyone ride.
Tim? He thinks that Acorn will not let anyone ride him.
Ah, that's a great idea for a problem in the story. Thank you for sharing that. So we're going to be reading the book together, and our focus is going to be on the character's feelings. Now, this little girl who's on the horse, her name is Emma. And this is the teacher, Jenny. And we're going to be reading about how Emma feels about her horse and how her feelings change. Now, when we look at the title page, Riding Acorn, I wonder if anyone can share, based upon the picture, how do you think Emma is feeling right now?
Junior.
Dad,
Okay, she could be sad. You're right. Any other ideas?
Kenley.
surprise.
What was that?
Surprise.
Surprise. Very good. All right, so I'm going to slide my cursor under the words, and as I do, I want you to read them with me. And every once in a while, I'm going to stop, and I want you to read the next word by yourself. So let's go ahead and read the story together. Emma loved her new little pony. His name was Acorn. Emma loved to brush Acorn's mane and tail. She loved to feed him apples and carrots. And you can see the picture of the carrot, and you can also look at the word carrot. One day, Emma's mother came out to the barn. She watched Emma feed Acorn. "You are taking good care of Acorn," she said to Emma. "Why don't you take Acorn out for a ride?" "I will," said Emma, "but not today. Someday I will ride Acorn." Anybody have any idea of how she's feeling right now about Acorn?
Emma.
Nervous.
Nervous. That's a great word to use. Okay, let's read it together. The next day, Emma's brother Jack came out to the barn. He watched Emma brushing Acorn's tail. "When are you going to ride Acorn?" he asked. "Someday I will ride Acorn," said Emma, "but not today." "Are you afraid to ride Acorn?" asked Jack. "He's just a little pony, so he will be easy to ride." "I'm not afraid," said Emma. Now I want you to think about what happened on these 2 pages. How do you think Emma is feeling now? Who'd like to share?
Anyone have ideas? Caleb, was your hand up?
Mad.
Mad. Oh, how do you know that Emma is mad? I love it. How do you know that?
Because the look on her face.
The look on her face. Now, this is Emma's face right here. How else do you know that she's mad? Look here. What does she say to her brother?
I'm not afraid.
I'm not afraid. And did you see how that word was bold? That means you say it louder. Everybody say that with me. I'm not afraid. Good job. Now, is she really afraid though? What do you think? Yeah, I think she might be afraid, but she's telling her brother she's not afraid. So I'm wondering, why did she tell her brother, "I'm not afraid"? We're going to have to think about that a little bit more. Let's keep going. Read with me. A few days later, Emma's mother came out to the barn. Someone was with her. Emma, this is Jenny. Jenny will teach you how to ride Acorn. Oh, said Emma, she bit her lip. Mom, I'm afraid to ride Acorn. Who has an idea of why she bit her lip? What are you thinking?
Connor, make some up.
To make her cheeks red and make her feel sad, I think.
He said to make her cheeks red.
Oh, she does have those red cheeks, doesn't she? Do you see her biting her lip? Sometimes people bite their lip when they're scared or when they're nervous. And I'm wondering if maybe she even says she is afraid to ride Acorn. Let's read it. Jenny is a good teacher, said Emma's mother. She will teach you how to ride, and you will not be afraid anymore. Now I'm wondering, how is Jenny going to be a good teacher for Emma, who's afraid to ride the horse? Let's keep reading. First, you will just sit on Acorn, said Jenny. Jenny helped Emma get up onto Acorn. How does that feel? She asked. Emma looked at Jenny and smiled. I think I can do this, she said. Now, hold on, and I will walk you and Acorn around the yard, said Jenny. Now, look at this part here. Oh, my, say that with me, ready? Oh, my, whispered Emma. Now, I want you to think about this. Why do you think Emma is saying, oh, my, in a whisper? Who has an idea?
Anyone new have an idea? Core?
Cause she didn't know that you had to hold on.
She didn't know that you had to hold on. So maybe she's a bit surprised, right? That look at her, she's actually riding this horse and she's holding on. So maybe she's feeling happy. I think you're right. Look at her face. Let's keep reading. Jenny led Acorn slowly around the yard. As they walked around and around, Emma smiled again. This is fun, she said. This is your last page to read with me. Look at me, Emma called to her mother. I'm riding Acorn. Yes, said Emma's mother. Now, Acorn really is your pony. Now, what we're going to think about is how her feelings changed in this story. So I have some feeling words here to share with you. Okay. So we have some words here. Let's go ahead and read these words together. And these were 5 different feelings that Emma had in this story. Sometimes she was angry. Sometimes she was confident. And of course, confident means you're sure about yourself. I think she might have been embarrassed. And then, of course, she was scared, or maybe she was nervous. Now, we're going to be putting these 5 words in order as to how they appeared in the story. So at the very beginning of the story, how do you think she was feeling about Acorn? Who has an idea?
She said nervous.
I think she was nervous. I'm going to go slide nervous under there because she was nervous about that, riding that horse. How about in the middle? Let's think about when she was talking with her brother, okay? How did she feel in the middle of the story? Who has an idea?
Caleb?
Mad.
Mad. Which one of these words means mad?
Can someone help them out? Claire?
Angry. All right, I'm going to slide angry down here because you're right. She was angry when she said, I'm not afraid. But I'm wondering, how else was she feeling? You know, because she actually lied to her brother. She really was afraid. So now I'm wondering, is there another word to describe how she felt in the middle of this story? Who has an idea? I think she was scared, yes, but I'm thinking maybe the biggest word here. Who can read this big word for us?
Connor.
Embarrassed.
Embarrassed. And I think the reason why she lied to her brother and said, I'm not afraid, I think she's embarrassed that she is afraid. It's her pony. She shouldn't be afraid, right? But she was embarrassed. Now, here's our last two words. So she's on the pony. How does she feel at first when she's on the pony?
Claire.
Scared.
I think so. And I think that might be why she said, oh my, oh my. I think she might have been scared she could fall off. And then at the very end, she's feeling confident. Very good. All right. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take your hand out. You got 5 fingers on your hand. And I think you're close enough to somebody that maybe you can talk to them and tell about, in the beginning, she was feeling nervous because, in the middle, she was angry because, she was embarrassed because, in the end, she was scared because, and then finally, she was confident. So I want you to go ahead and retell the story with your fingers using those 5 words. I'll get you started. In the beginning, go ahead and tell your story.
Someone closest to you. Would it be 3 work together? You two. Nope, you and Emma are gonna work together. And then you two. And then in the middle, she was angry.
Here's one of the words. That was a bigger word for us to look at. These are called compound words because there are 2 words in the word. So what I'm going to do is stop the share, and I'm going to show you the word on my easel. And boys and girls, when you see words like this, you want to make sure you look for 2 parts. Who can find a part in this word that they know? Yes.
Amelia. She said day.
Very good. There's day. And who can tell me the first part?
Kayla.
Some. And if we put the word together, let's clap it. Okay, everybody clap the parts. Go. Good. Someday. Now, what if I changed it to this? Whoops, let me show you this other one now. Here was another word that was in the story, and this is also a compound word. All right, so raise your hand if you see the 2 parts in this word.
Claire. More.
You do see more. Very good. Now, what's the first part?
Silas.
There is an. Very good. And if we put these 3 letters together, that says any. Any. So as I point to the word, I want you to say it for me. Ready? Any more. You say it.
Anymore.
Very good. So when you're reading, you want to make sure you look at those words to figure out if there's a part that you know.